It's my great privilege to welcome you to the University of Maine for the 15th Annual International Dance Festival. The show that you're about to see, for those who are returning veterans of this experience and for those who are new, is the product of hours and hours and hours of work and effort and energy and dedication by students, primarily undergraduate and graduate students, but also staff and volunteers from all over the university and all over the community as well, particularly the Office of International Programs. If you know Sarah Jock and if you've seen her buzzing through the aisles, you will. If you haven't yet, you will at some point during the show today. Sarah is the heart and soul of this festival. Again, she and everyone who is part of this, they all work very, very hard to put on a wonderful program for the university and for the community as a whole. So before introducing your Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon or matinee show, Dr. Kristen McCasey, I'll simply say once again on behalf of the University of Maine, welcome and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Welcome to the 15th Annual International Dance Festival. This festival is hosted by the Office of International Programs as well as the International Student Association, and we get generous sponsorship from all across the campus and all across the University of Maine and Orono community. The University of Maine, up here right in the northern part of the state, is a very international place. We're home to over 400 international students from over 70 countries, and countless other members of our community consider themselves multicultural and international in a variety of ways. We also have faculty, staff, researchers from over 30 different countries, and right now we have over 150 students from University of Maine studying abroad in countries around the world. These members of our community enrich our lives in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. And today, I invite you all to start imagining some of the ways that they do as we watch these wonderful performances. Today, in the University of Maine community, we're also welcoming 19 students and 2 leaders from abroad, from Hirosaki University in Japan. They arrived yesterday here and will be here for 3 weeks. And we all want to welcome you to the University of Maine. Hirosaki Daigaku no minasama, yokoso. The students that you're going to see perform today, they are not dance majors. They're engineers, they're chemists, they're political scientists, they're foresters, economists, social workers, educators. They come from all different parts of the university. But again, the remarkable things you see today are the products of hard, hard work. Today you'll see celebrations of communities from around the world, culture, friendship, color, and love from all different countries. As I said, this is the 15th anniversary of this festival. It began in 2005, and over 1,000 University of Maine students count themselves as International Dance Festival alumni. Many have continued these lasting friendships that began on this stage. I myself have one former graduate student from Japan who met his future spouse through the International Dance Festival. They are now happily married. The International Dance Festival gives students a chance not only to present their traditions to the community audience, but also to share and teach one another about their cultural heritage, sometimes even find love. The first performance that you get to see today comes from Japan. It's called Shunki Mushin. Yosakoi is a unique style of dance that originates in Japan, and it's performed in festivals and events all over the country. The style of dance that you'll see is highly energetic, and it combines traditional Japanese movements with modern music. This particular piece expresses the beauty of nature as well as the connection between nature and love. From Japan, Shunki Mushin. The next performance you will see is from an American tradition, American tap dance called 100 Acre Woods. Tap dance has roots in stomping and dancing traditions from the African continent, and over the years has evolved to have many different styles. American tap dance primarily has a few genres: hitting, rhythmic, and Broadway. Through the fusion of several of these styles, the Maine Tap Club uses rhythm to tell a story very familiar to many: 100 Acre Woods.
Deep in the 100 Acre Wood, Christopher Robin and his friends have had many wonderful adventures, and if I'm correct, I believe we have just enough time to see one right now.
Hello, dears.
Mama, look at me!
Roo! Roo! Roo, dear?
Here I am, Mama!
It's only you.
Sorry to disappoint you. Guess I'm too dull to be around.
Good night, Piglet. Oh, no. They're black, they're out there all around, they're far, they're near, they're quick and slick, they're insincere. Beware, 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 beware. A head of a weasel is very confusing. A head of a weasel is very sly, sly, sly. They come in ones and twos, but if they're so Jesus, before your eyes you'll see them all fly, fly. The race are ordinary, so better be wary, because they come in the same size. They run is what you covet. You'll find out they love it, because they're just so love the thing you rise.
There. If I'm not scared of something as frightful as this, I'll be unafraid of anything.
Here we shall leave them, and here we shall find them again. For the boy and the bear will always be together in this remarkable place called the
film would be complete without a song and dance between the hero and the heroine. As a matter of fact, no Bollywood film would be complete without a romantic song, a playful number, and a longing or sad song. Indian marriages call for boisterous celebrations full of colorful music and dance. Rangila, the name of our next performance, means colorful. Through their music and dance, Team Rangila will be here today to display the rich texture of many classical dances from India and Bangladesh, fused with some elements from the West. Enjoy Rangila.
Tira
Before we go to the next performance, I should remind you to please refrain from flash photography. Our next performance is from Argentina. Tango is a dance that originated in Argentina and flourished in an area where people of diverse backgrounds with many different languages came together. Dancing the tango is like a conversation as partners communicate and express themselves through body language and movements rather than words. Now, from Argentina, Los Juegos del Tango.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. Or may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. Or may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Oh. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight.
Chinese history stretches over the course of 5,000 years, and there have been hundreds and hundreds of remarkable figures who produced valuable knowledge that have impacted China and neighboring countries in the past and still certainly today. Confucius, among the most remarkable of figures, played an important role through Confucianism in developing the philosophical, political, and religious aspects of Chinese history. His thoughts, his ideas, his morality, as well as his goal to create a more peaceful world, led us to be better humans and have better lives. This dance, the glorification for the virtue, celebrates Confucius and his works. Our next performance is from the country of Nepal. Nepal is just slightly larger in area than New York, but it is home to 126 different ethnic groups that speak as many as 123 different languages. Being a multi-ethnic and multilingual country, Nepal offers a fascinating variety of dances as an important aspect of life and as a form of celebration. Today, what you will see is a presentation of a combination of Maruni dance, an ethnic dance from the eastern Himalayas of Nepal, and another popular dance form, mostly performed during festivals, rituals, and communal ceremonies. Our dancers hope you will like it. I know that you will. Thank you and namaste. Our next performance comes from Iran and is called Janjan. This is the most common type of dance form in Iran today. It can be done as a social dance, or by individuals, by couples, by groups. They're often improvisational dances and utilize delicate, graceful movements of the hands and the arms, such as wrist circles, as well as gentle hip and foot movements. Enjoy Janjan. brings you music and movement from all across the African continent, with traditional and Afrobeat music all the way from North to South Africa. This group has succeeded in bringing together the collective flavor of the entire continent in a mix, together with the fresh sound that's currently reverberating throughout the world. This dance, Mama Africa Solo da Kids, Afrofusion, is a combination of traditional dances from different parts of Africa. Most of the dance is very common all over Africa, but the solo dance that you'll see in the middle is a very typical Ethiopian shoulder dance called eskista. These dances are used during wedding days as well as other events and celebrations. Since dancing is a tradition in Africa, you will see Africans dancing these styles wherever you play these songs. I hope that you will enjoy this joyful dance from our motherland, Africa.
This one na sara sara, the beat is tana tana. He go make you manya manya, he makes you manya manya. Oh yeah, make you ricotta mama Africa ricotta, make you dance yeah. Everybody ricotta mama Africa ricotta, make you dance yeah. This one na sara sara, the beat is tana tana. He go make you manya manya, he makes you manya manya. This is for people with chalacha, people with kalaka, and they walanya, and they kalanya. It will make you feel better. This can take away palaba, this can take away wahala. It will make you feel gacha. Oh yeah, let's go to Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Togo, Cameroon, Niger, Ghana, South Sudan. Natoka Ethiopia.
Each year, the organizers of the International Dance Festival partner with community organizations that have missions that support the goals of international education. This year, our community partners are the Literacy Volunteers of Bangor, the Maine Multicultural Center, and CISB Maine. Please welcome representatives from Literacy Volunteers and the Maine Multicultural Center on stage to tell you a little bit about the important work of their organizations.
For adults who struggle with reading, getting help can change their lives.
I got my life back on track and I got my high school diploma.
I can read menu now.
I am more comfortable to talk with my customers and they understand me better now.
I finally got my driver's license.
These adults have improved their lives with the help from Literacy Volunteers of Bangor. If you struggle with literacy, you are not alone. Call us for free, confidential help. Literacy Volunteers of Bangor. Improve your literacy, change your life.
This is the organization that we represent, and actually these represent people in our community who are improving their lives with increased literacy. One of them actually is in today's show, not in today's show, but here at today's show. A lot of you folks don't recognize that about 20% of our local population really struggle with understanding what they read or being able to speak English and be understood because it isn't their first language. And at Literacy Volunteers, we strengthen our community by providing improved literacy skills for adults. My name is Marion Lyon. I'm the Executive Director for Literacy Volunteers, and this is our 50th year of providing this service to our community. And when we do this, we improve our community in a number of ways. We make it a more vibrant, healthy, and economically sustainable community for all of us. So if you're interested in becoming involved and learning more about how you as a volunteer might be able to make a difference one person at a time, I will be in the lobby and I'd love to talk to you. Likewise, if you know people who struggle with being able to read effectively or would like to learn how to perfect their English, we're also here. We're a free service. And finally, we are an organization that relies completely on donation. So you will see people holding canisters much like this in the lobby, and so we ask you to think generously, knowing that you're going to be helping our programming for the next 50 years. So thank you very much. And here's Krishna.
Hello everyone, my name is Krishna. I'm with the Maine Multicultural Center. First off, we would like to thank Sarah for giving us the opportunity to be part of this wonderful team. Maine Multicultural Center is a nonprofit created to promote community enrichment and economic growth through diversity. We do this by, one, providing welcoming services to all new Mainers. Two, promote awareness of our racial, cultural, and ethnic diversity that already exists in our greater Bangalore region. We help connect with area agencies to help with immigration laws, employment, and economic development opportunities for new Mainers. We also assist international students to find homes during vacations and holidays so that they can experience what the main way of culture is. We've been in existence for about 2 years in corporate nonprofit with about 18 volunteer board members with our offices at UMaine Augusta, Bangalore office. We have partners from all sectors of the community, higher education, economic and civic leaders, cultural and faith communities too. We have participated in events like Folk Festival, Interfaith Dinner, Human International Festival, and of course Students event. the Literacy Volunteers Annual Conference, who have been gracious with us, the Chinese Conference, and the Festival of Lights Parade. We also sponsor events of our own, like cultural humility trainings, international potluck dinners, where we expose people with cultures and food and traditions from around the world. A series of workshops for area teachers on multicultural education and teaching culture. Sorry, I'm gonna be pretty quick. A monthly lecture and discussion series on a variety of cultures and topics around immigration. An annual conference that focuses specifically on economic development and bringing people to our area. We also have our workshop. The next one is on recognizing and reporting preventing hate crimes. Also on the next one is getting in touch with our inner bias. We have our annual conference, second one this year, mid-May. If you would like to learn more about us, you can always go to our Facebook page as well as our website, mainemulticulturalcenter.org. We do all this work because we believe that efforts to recruit and retain a diverse population will bring an immense change to the area economically and otherwise. We are always looking for new folks to join us. We are willing to talk to you if you have the time after the show. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you so much. These organizations do so much to support our community, increase our international interactions and involvement. All three of our partners, as they said, have information in the lobby, and we hope that you will visit during the intermission as well as after the performance. The International Students Association of University of Maine is also selling drinks and snacks in the lobby, so please stop by and support them as well and get some tasting things to enjoy in the second act. And now for the final performance of Act 1 of this show. This performance comes from Ireland. It's called A Tour of Ireland. In March of 2018, 5 members of the Celtic Club visited Ireland and were even there for St. Patrick's Day, quite an experience. 3 of the members traveled to Galway, Killarney, Kilkenny, Cork, and Dublin. This piece that you'll see takes traditional Irish music and Irish dance step around the country of Ireland in hopes to let the audience go through the amazing journey that the dancers themselves went through as they traveled throughout the country. With hard shoe, soft shoe, and more, we hope that you feel the fun that they had during their travels. Enjoy.
She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her neck and then I took her by the hands, and baby, I just wanna dance. I met her on Grafton Street, right outside of the bar. She shared a cigarette with me while I probably played the guitar. She asked me, what is it mean? The way you think on your arm, said it was one of my friend's songs. Do you wanna drink on? She took Jamie as a chase, Jack for the funk. She got Arthur on the table with Johnny riding a shotgun. Tried to more, one more drink at the bar, then put on a jukebox, got up to dancing. And she played her fiddle in an Irish band. She fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the ground, I took her by the hand. Baby, I just wanna dance with my pretty little Galway girl. Galway girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the hare and Turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin back for lovely ride. In Dublin next to ride and out, such a pity to be so soon deprived. The people that fine city were then they took the stroll, all among the quality fun, the little stroll, all in the deep locality. Something crossed me mind when I looked behind the one, but when I find the funds it go up and inquiring for the road, sending car to road, wasn't much involved on the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the hare and Turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin back for lovely ride. Rocky souls was such a day behind the flight, no my boys were dying, so I was the hall and went the louder in, yelling in the away, we did it clear the way, going the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the hare and Turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin back for lovely ride. And the hare and Turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin back for lovely ride. Back for lovely ride. Back for lovely ride.
And now we will break for a 15-minute intermission, and I invite you to go and see the tables and enjoy the concessions in the lobby, and we will see you back here for the second act. Thank you. Our first performance of the second act comes from the United States, from the Appalachian region, called Boil 'em Cabbage Down. Our performers, Sonia, Hanya, and Audrey, will be performing an Appalachian-style clogging routine set to the tune of Boiling Cabbage. Clogging is all about footwork that adds percussion, fits in with the music. Typically, these dancers would perform with musicians right here on stage. Today, they'll be using a recording, but it features local musicians that are their friends. Modern clogging shoes are very similar to tap shoes, but they have two sets of metal taps, set one on top of the other, at both the heel and the toe. So it almost sounds like the dancers are playing the spoons on their heels and their toes. This form of clogging evolved in the Appalachian Mountain region of the United States and is traditionally associated with old-time music, a precursor to bluegrass. Clogging is the official state dance of both Kentucky and North Carolina. The dancers would like to extend a big thank you to Janet for teaching them how to clog. Enjoy Boil 'em Cabbage Down.
Thank
next performance comes from Brazil. Capoeira is a martial art disguised as a dance that originates from Brazil. It was invented by enslaved people to help lift their spirits at the end of long, hard days in the field and to help them gain their freedom one day. There is no choreography in capoeira. Each dance, or game as capoeiristas call them, is unique. At approximately 200 years old, capoeira is the youngest of the martial arts. It is very playful, and it emphasizes good energy, or axé, which is created by playing instruments and singing. Enjoy this performance of capoeira. Our next performance comes from Sri Lanka. It's called The Beauty of the Sri Lankan Bride. The classical dance forms in Sri Lanka are associated with the performance of various rituals and ceremonies and they are centuries old. There are three main styles: Kandyan dance of the hill country, low country dance of the southern plains, and Sabaragamwa dance. These dances are based on folk religion and beliefs and reflect the customs of agricultural civilization. The traditional dances are performed with percussion, especially drums, and have lyrics that are sung in tune with the movements of the dance. The dancers wear elaborate costumes depending on the type of dance and what ceremony they are performing at. Today what you will see is a dance for a classical song celebrating a wedding. The song describes the beauty of a Sri Lankan bride in her gorgeous wedding dress and unique pieces of jewelry, and how she brings prosperity to the groom and his family. Please enjoy this performance from Sri Lanka.
Kenda
Our next performance, Sing, Sing, Sing with a Swing, comes to us from Bar Harbor, Maine. Sherry's dancers are a group of seniors, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers who love to dance. Because of their love of dance, their mission is to bring live dance performances to the community and to fundraising events. This is the second year that we have been lucky enough that Sherry and her crew have performed at the International Dance Festival. We are excited to welcome them back. Sing, sing, sing with the swing. Our next performance gives us a ticket to Bollywood. India is home to more than 50 dance forms, including 8 classical and many other folk and tribal dance forms. This basically means that Indians are very, very attached to dancing. And since Indian cinema has grown to be the largest film industry in the world, they tend to be very proud of their dances. You know, Bollywood has beaten Hollywood, so a little bit of conceit makes a lot of sense. Fortunately, Pooja, our next performer, is not too self-conceited. That's because she hasn't had enough time to learn all 50 of the dance forms from India. She's only learned 45. No, just kidding. She promises there's only 5. So let's welcome Pooja to our stage, get our ticket to Bollywood, and find out how many dance forms that she will perform today. comes from Iran. Iran is a large country with much ethnic and cultural diversity. Because of this, there are many different types of Iranian outfits and styles of dance. Each are unique based on geographical origin and culture within the region. This performance, Gila, comes from the north of Iran, along the southern coast of the Caspian Sea. The main product there is rice. Naturally, the dance style reflects the daily movements of the villagers who work in the rice fields. The dance embodies planting and harvesting rice. Please enjoy Gilahi. American hip-hop is represented through childhood nostalgia in this piece, Once Upon a Beat. By introducing fairy tales such as Shrek, Pinocchio, The Three Little Pigs, Little Red Riding Hood, these dancers bring all of these stories to life with a lot of energy. Many types of hip-hop that were created in the United States created a baseline for this piece that you will see. Enjoy.
Once upon a time, somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the beat starts coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with thinking the back streets. You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. Only shooting stars. Open up the champagne, pop it. It's my house, come on, turn it up. So let me out there, give me more out there, give me more we did. So let you stay, welcome to my house. It is we on the road now. We can't even slow now. We don't have to go now. Welcome to my house. Hey, that music cool now. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go now. Come to my house. Come to my house. Come to my house. Come to my house.
Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. 4 trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Yeah, high, high, high. Lie to check. Don't lie, lie, lie. No, 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 no. I ain't got no tickets to the show. You should call the fire marshal, cause I want all the smoke. Hello?
And they lived happily ever after.
Love was so true in fairy tales. Meant for someone else, but not for me. Love was out to get me, the way it seemed. Disappointed and haunted all my dreams. And then I saw her face. I'm a believer, not a trace. Out of my mind, I'm in love. I'm a believer, if I try.
Our next performance comes from Chile. The national Chilean dance is the cueca, which is commonly danced and played on Independence Day celebrations. It is a coquettish jig that involves couples dancing around each other in circles, never touching, but with plenty of eye contact and handkerchief-laden gestures. An alternative version of this dance is a dance honoring the flag, and that will be performed in parallel. Now, Chilean territory is not just in South America, but it's also in Rapa Nui, or Easter Island, with the place that's famous for its moai statues. The haka dance that you will also see describes how a warrior is traditionally dressed up. The skirt, the ornaments in the hair, the shield, and the paint on his body are emulated, getting him ready for a fight. Enjoy these performances from Chile. our last dance of the evening, please welcome Owen and Ruby Bean, members of the CISB Maine, who will tell you a little bit about this program and do the raffle drawing. If your number is called, please stop at the table, the CISB table on your way out to claim the prize. And Owen and Ruby Bean.
So I'd like to talk a little bit about CISV, which stands for Children's International Summer Village. And CISV is a global friendship and peace camp, which brings people from all over the world together. And there are multiple trips that you can go on. Last summer, I went to Sweden for a month, and I met people from all around the world. I went with 3 other people and a leader, and I had a really good time. I met 11 other delegations from all around the world, and it's not just going to camps. There's also local camps, as well as interchange, which I got accepted into this year, so I'm going to go to Austria. So CISV is a very, very fun way to travel around the world and learn about other cultures. And so now for the raffle. Oh wait, and also if you take this coupon to the Orno Brewing Company, 10% of whatever you get will go to CISV. And the Orno Brewing Company is a family-friendly restaurant, so you can bring your family and support CISV. Okay.
The raffle number is 5309590. Say it again. 5309590.
So that one was for the picture. And now for the gift card to ampersands. The number is 5309656. I'll read that again. 5309656. So whoever has that, if you just want to give card.
Thank you. And be sure, if those were the winning numbers, be sure to go out to the table after the performance. We are now on to our last, final performance of the show. I hope you have enjoyed as much as I have seeing the celebration of diversity, the celebration of cultures, and expressions of celebration from all these different countries right here at the University of Maine in Orono. The last performance that we have brings many of these themes together, and it comes from India. India is a land of festivity, colors, of diversity, and of celebration of life itself. Dance is a part of life and a way for us to express joy and celebrate relations. Every region of India has different dance traditions and different customs. In ancient times, dancers showcased their talents in a king's court or in a temple courtyard. Common people since ancient times in India dance on every auspicious occasion, be it a marriage, the birth of a child, the new year. Bollywood dance forms amalgamate different aspects of traditional dances beautifully with international dance forms. So here, in our final performance, we have a dance dedicated to the dancing spirit of a modern, fun-loving, and globalized India that is still conscious of her roots. Please enjoy.
What can I say? Wow, that was amazing. So my name is Sarah Jochen. I am the one that Dr. St. John was referring to earlier, who was scurrying up and down the aisles, making sure everything was okay, and it is my great pleasure and honor to be able to work with this group of people every single day. I work in the Office of International Programs, and to me, the Dance Fest really embodies what our office is trying to do. Just hearing the stories about the Celtic group going to Ireland and bringing something back, being backstage or doing rehearsal and seeing students teaching each other dance moves, whether you're from India and you're doing the tango, or you're Argentinian and you're doing the Ecuadorian Easter Island amazing, fascinating dance that we saw. I mean, that's what we're all about. That's what international education is all about. I have a lot of thank yous to run through, but my very first thank you is to Kristen Vicasi, Dr. Vicasi. Nice job. And Owen and Ruby, my helpers. Oh, just to warn you parents that have the kids down here dancing, this is what happens to them. Kristen, we have something for you, but I forgot to bring it on stage because I was so excited to. And, yep, perfect, good job, good job. Just put them right here. So, Kristen, thank you so much. Who've just been out of this world these last few weeks is James Higgins and Haley Brown. James is my graduate assistant and Haley is interning. Nice job, folks. Let me quickly thank our sponsors, and I say quickly, but we could not do this without several $1,000s from campus and the community. But our major sponsors, in addition to my office and the International Student Association, is the Division of Student Life, the Residence Hall Association, Student Government, the Graduate Student Government, the Cultural Affairs and Distinguished Lecture Series, the Department of Modern Languages and Classics, Orono House of Pizza, who fed all of these guys last night backstage. Thank you very much, Orono House of Pizza, and the Maine Multicultural Center. Without these sponsors, we really couldn't do what we do here, and so I really can't say enough about the support and assistance they've given us. I also want to invite any of our International Student Association folks that are here. I know Shweta's in the dance. The other officers and advisory group are going to come up. Come on up. So these folks and a bunch of others, not only are they putting on this event and Culture Fest, but they are behind a whole host of other campus events that really help to support our international students. And I really want to give a shout out to this group here. The past couple of years, I have seen more Americans, domestic students, whatever you would like to call them, coming and joining the international student activities and on the advisory board and even officers. And that's what we aim to do, and you guys have just done an amazing, amazing job, so thank you. I would be remiss if I did not thank Scott Statham and the CCA crew. They always do an awesome job with the lighting. What? Of. They've been making sure that all these people get on stage when they're supposed to, keeping people quiet back there. So thank you so much, guys. As mentioned, this is our 15th annual International Dance Fest. Every year I talk to people out in the audience and they say, this was the best one yet. It can't get better than this. and every year you guys make it better and better, and it's just such a pleasure to watch. Some of you have been doing this. Well, Garrett, you've been here 14 of our 15 years. We have other folks in the audience in the group here who have been here several years. Evan came back all the way from down in southern Maine somewhere to come and do back and do capoeira. Ladies from Bar Harbor, love you. I'm gonna be up there with you someday. But it's just, all of you guys have just done such an amazing job. And you guys, you've been a great audience. It's not that much fun to dance to an empty auditorium. We did that last night. It's much more fun to have the energy and the participation of the audience. So thank you guys very much for being here today. We have another show at 7 p.m., so if you like what you saw this afternoon, come back at 7. Thank you guys very much. Enjoy your afternoon.